Hey everybody. Not off to a great technology start today, but we're trying our best here. Hang on one sec, let me fix the lighting too. Get some additional. Can't see my face. And that's not why people are here, but you have to be able to see my face for this to work. So, hello everyone. Welcome on in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. A little change of plans for today. I know I had talked about I initially wanted to look at the Coral Solutions Hub today, a project I've been helping the CRC work on, but I changed my mind. We changed our mind. I think we're going to hold off on that until a later date. So I've got plenty of other things to work on. This has been a really busy week. So we're probably going to just do what like the title or the idea of this stream is in the first place. Finish it Friday. Bet you forgot that that's why we started this. Finish it Friday. We're going to work on tasks that we still need to finish before we start enjoying our weekend. So we are going to focus on that today. I think one of the things I want to do is maybe we'll work on the job list a bit, see what's out there. I still need to pull that up. Been having a real fun time with technology today. So I will get this up and running. Try to. And we'll keep on chugging away. We'll get some jobs added to this list for this week. I saw some already popping up on social media and other websites. And we also need to just check that the jobs that are posted right now still exist. See if they were filled or not. Okay. One sec. We'll start with this view. All right. Well, let's get after it. Ooh, wrong screen. Technology really doesn't like me today. Hang on, stare at my face real quick. Okay, no, I can't have you stare at my face. I need to... What? Why isn't it showing anything on the screen? There we go. Good start, guys. Really good start. I love this for us. Let's hop right in, shall we, before anything else decides to break. Let me make sure my microphone is on too. It's very possible it's not. And I don't know why. Hopefully that audio is not being captured. Oh my god. Cool. All right, let's check some jobs. First one, we're gonna go visit CRF. See if they filled the jobs they posted last week. Temporary Education Specialist, Data Systems Administrator, Accounting. All good there. That checks the box. Still looking for people, I suppose. Next up, we've got some from Moat. Let's check out those, see if they're all still there. This first one was an educational specialist. Oh, it's just education specialist number 2. So that's still on the market. Got some from Marin Cultures. Was this one of the ones? I know last week we were like, don't put Google Drive links, but for some reason I decided to do it for that one. So maybe let's check. Apparently I've searched this before, so I've already run into this problem. Ah, no, okay. No updates on that front. Coral Technician with Coral Vita. They had 2 jobs posted 2 weeks ago. Let's see if those are still available. Looks like it, looks like it. And then they had one more. The field supervisor. Still there. Okay. Take it. They're still looking. They're still looking. That's all good. Next up, we have the Conservation Project Manager. Another one I put a Google link for. Why? Let's check if they have a career thing on their website. Join us. Available opportunity. Ooh. They have a new one. Did I already put this one? No? Okay. Well, we have our first to add. I missed that one. Neat. All right. Now we have back to Moat. Oh, wait. This one was a science communication role. Science communications coordinator. Still there. All right. Science program, excuse me. I might need more caffeine. Might need more caffeine to get through this. Oh, this is the one with Mission Blue. This is a blog post, though, which makes it tricky to verify if they're still taking people. I imagine they would have taken it down, but that's not always the case. Coral Gardener's next. Still posted. I'll double check. Can still apply. That one's been there for a while. More on Moat, lab manager, and the chemists. To the chemists. So there's life support tech, life support operator. So not the chemistry ones, but they're ones we need to check anyway. What did music stop capturing? I think I've figured out why it lags, and yeah, we're still on. Okay. No matter. You guys didn't really need to see that anyway. I'm just checking that all the jobs are still there. Oh. This is a tough technology day. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Life support systems operator. Now we just need to verify the chemists. Senior chemist. Now I just need the staff chemist. Staff chemist. All right. There's all 4 of those. Lab manager, staff chemist, senior chemist, and then the life supports. Now we just need the staff biologist roles. Restoration data management, still there. Coral reef restoration monitoring, still there. And the grazers, still there. Cool. All right. CRF, all of their jobs are still there. Then we have the one from Aruba, still there. The one from MSC, probably still gonna be there. Maybe I'll have to come up with a cutoff date. They all need to be gone within 6 months. But I don't know, someone might still be able to take the job. I don't want to just pull it off. Ooh, this job doesn't exist anymore. All right, one we can, that's good verification on my end that they actually do curate their own list. So I appreciate that. I will put this one into drafts, hide that from the website because it is expired. Check these other ones, all of the, okay, so the grant specialist is still available, but the senior grants manager is no longer. So this one's been on the market for several months, pretty much since the beginning of the year. Happy to see that that one's gotten taken. Congrats, whoever did that. And then the final one from Moat, the restoration data coordinator, is still there. All right, that brings us down to fewer than 28 jobs. Down to 26. So let's put on some new ones, shall we? I've got Moat's link up. We'll just do a quick scan of their list, see if anything has become available. Guest services. Education specialist, boat captain. We decided not to add that one. Senior communications, already have it. Video services technicians. Life support, got it. Life support, got it. Biologist, yep. Biologist, yep, got that one. The chemists. Yep, got both of those. Senior manager. Venue and rentals, yep. Yep. And it froze. Give me one sec. I think when I scroll a lot or do a lot of dynamic actions, that's when it fills up. Let's see if I can make some adjustments to help alleviate some of the stress. Give me one sec. Oh, you shouldn't be able to do that. You're gonna stare at my face again. Hi, isn't it wonderful? I gotta free up a little bit of storage here. And now I don't need a lot of the videos that I have on my screen. That will free up some space to make this a little smoother. A little smoother. Don't need a lot of this anymore. Double check that I'm not getting rid of too much. Just enough to make it run a little easier. That's all I need. All right, now let's bring this all back. Let's bring this all back. Put OBS back. Awesome. All right, let's jump back in. Cool, a little bit of a detour. Just trying to make our lives a little easier. Staff bio. Yep, got all those. Wait, was that the restoration one? Yep. Then what's left? Guest services, eminent scholar. Neat. Okay, nothing on their end. We do have this new one. Let's get to work. Ooh. Located in Guam. Our first one taking us to Guam. Biological field technician. Hooray! Just this is with, I have some of their other stuff too. And I'll just make my life a little bit easier here. Just listed Guam. Okay, that's fine. Keep it going. This will be an in-person role. Brief description. Let's see if we can see this a little better. Oh. There's very little info about this position. Can we find it somewhere else? Maybe their social media has it? June 9th. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's see what we can find out. Data analysis, flora and fauna in the Mariana Islands. Oh. All right, it's terrestrial. So I'm not going to worry about that. Let's not worry about that today. Let's hop over to ICRS, see if anything's been added. It appears, so wait, did I? Marine Laboratory Safety Manager. Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, really unique position. Really unique position. Where did it end up? Application deadline is tomorrow. There it is. Okay, right up here. All right, so the newest one comes from the Coral Reef Futures Lab with Dr. Andrew Baker. What is he interested in? Coral spawning. Postdoc for coral spawning. Cool. All right, we'll definitely post this one. Just override here. Postdoctoral associate. Coral Reef Futures Lab. We don't need to edit this log. So this is University of Miami. Coral Reef Futures Lab. Academia. They do list it as interesting. I'm surprised they listed it directly as Miami instead of Virginia Key. We'll switch that to coral spawning. That's more important to see, I think. Yep, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay. I shouldn't be doing it with what we're doing, but alas, this still happens. Let me see if I can fix. If I can get rid of some additional info. Free up a little more room for my computer to work on this. Yeah, I don't need these videos on here anymore. Almost there, guys. We're almost back. All right, I just don't need, I had a lot of downloads. Let's dump those. Doing what I can to keep a tidy space. Tidy space, that's important. Brief description. All right, Dr. Baker, what are you thinking? Oh, fancy. This is the most I've seen listed for a postdoc position. I love it. I love to see it. Let me pull it up so you can actually see what's happening now. There you go. There you go. All right, we're working on that postdoc. Here we go. Let's hope text stays stable for this. Brief description. All right. So coral spawning, fertilization, larval development, settlement, post-settlement survival. Assisted gene flow for Caribbean corals. Okay, this makes sense. I've heard them talking about this. I am unfamiliar with hydrogels and bioprinting though. I do not know what that means. I do know substrate enhancement and anti-fouling. So that I'm familiar with. Provisioning and probiotics. Yep, they're very familiar. Hybrid barrier reefs. Help protect coastlines. I don't know if that's just a term I'm unfamiliar with. Could be. Anyway, let's keep going. Position overview. Let's get that. All right, let's check the formatting. And it posted entirely as text. That's cool, we'll fix it. Assisted gene flow. Improving. holobiome and the design. Responsibilities. Develop projects. Makes sense. Design and execute experiments. Makes sense. Advanced methods. Yup. Mentoring. Yup. All right. Sounds like a postdoc to me. And then we operate. Ooh. Okay. Let's jump into the qualifications. PhD. Surprise, surprise for a postdoc. Almost like it's in the name. All right. Required, preferred, and desired. So I have a lot of these traits. However, I have stayed away from spawning in my own career just by personal choice. Everyone can do what they want. I was not interested in spawning. I'm not a nighttime person. If you've ever worked with me, you know I get tired very early in the evening. I go to bed at like 9 o'clock. And so the idea of getting in the water that late, oof, which is funny because I've done overnight experiments before with seahorses. But those were also not they weren't super intensive. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. It's just what they were. They weren't anything crazy. And I appreciate that. I always try to design my own experiments to be as simple and easy to conduct in the field as possible. And I do that because things can go wrong in the field, of course, naturally. If you've ever done field work, things tend to go wrong. I mean, they happen in any experiments, field-based or laboratory-based, things happen. So my thought process is always make your design, your sampling design, as easy as possible. So the things that do go wrong, when they do go wrong, your whole experiment won't collapse. There are fewer dependencies. There are fewer things that absolutely have to go right for you to succeed. If I design a study and I have to take note of like 800 different things in the field, different components, different variables, that's 800 things plus that can go wrong. Keep it as few as you can while still trying to remain robust. That isn't always the case. I had an experiment where I did have to collect a lot of different things to make it a robust integrative experiment. But there were other things that I and my team controlled for to make sure that things went well. And if they didn't go well, we still had a good amount of data to tell the story that we wanted to tell. So long story short with that, make it easy. Keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple. All right, was there a deadline for this job? Posted 11 days ago. No deadline, but thankfully it's on a work day, so I'll know when it disappears. Until filled. Salary not listed. Contact information. Did he put his contact info? Is this... Click here for more info. Oh, this is just equal opportunity. Is there an email address? Is it on the job board? Yep, okay. I think that's fair. The apply link. When did that go haywire? Okay. Back in business once again. Post date. This was 11 days ago. So June 8th, right? 8, 9, 10, 11. 7. It really not a big deal. Total time, was there a number of years listed? Oh, 6:30. There was a deadline. I missed that. June 30th. We're trying to get in on this year's spawning event. My guess. Okie dokie. It's a research job. Oop. Nope, nothing. All right. Cool. All right, that's good for the ICRS list. What's next? Quick go through the various other sources. Whoa. Nothing there. I think I might have seen some on Schmidt Marine before. I checked earlier this week. I could be wrong. Eight days. Okay, that might be, but we're going to AIM's website next, so we'll check there in a second. Senior aquarist at the Seattle Aquarium. Also, they redid their website. Interesting. Animal care, curate of tropical fish and invertebrates. Tropical invertebrates, could those be corals? Invertebrates, cartilaginous and teleost fishes, and tropical plants. No specific mention on it, but a lot of people's skills would probably fit in this role. So we might need to, we might add this one. All right, that's still, oh, this is one of the worst technology days I've had so far. This is unfortunate. From the start, we've been running into. We'll put a pin in this one. I'll leave that tab open. We'll come back. I want to prioritize ones that definitely are coral first. Marine mammals, no. Environmental analyst, estuary. Fizosh. DC, coastal resilience. Okay, probably not. California, probably not. Moat Marine, guest services. Hey Anna, welcome on in. I hear congratulations are in order. I don't know if I'm spoiling the surprise, but congratulations on the new job. Very happy for you. Wow, there are a lot more than I thought here. Maybe we can specify. Let's go back up. Make it a little more targeted. Shh, it's a secret. Is it a secret? Is it technically a secret? I'm not sure if it is. All right, this mentions coral in it. This looks like a course. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know you're going to be great. They ended up, the hiring manager actually didn't end up calling me. They sent me an email like, yeah, the other references were good enough. We made our decision. We're hiring her. I'm like, okay, good choice. That's awesome. Yeah, we've already got this, already got that. CSIM. Conservation Dive Master. Project Manager. This is new? No, I don't think it is. They only called one reference what I'm heard. I believe that. I believe that. A lot of the time I'm surprised if they even call one person. Sometimes it's just like, is this person willing to jump through the hoops of putting together a list of references? So sorry for the random surprise. No worries. No worries. I just wanted to double check with you on what the job was actually going to be before they start asking me questions and I give them evidence and justification for something that's completely irrelevant. And they thankfully emailed me first before like just calling me, which is good because if I get random numbers, I usually let them go to voicemail first. So that's good. Yeah, it all worked out. It all worked out. That's all that matters. A lot with this keyword in it. Okay, so nothing there, but I'm gonna leave this senior job. I did not give them a number. Okay. Okay. Now that I think about it, they never asked me for a phone number. They never asked me for a phone number. I didn't provide a link. Okay, that's kind of awkward. Oh well. Oh well. Again, it all worked out. I'm just so used to video calls now, I didn't really think about it. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what to make of all of this. So we're just going to keep going. You got the job. That's all that matters. Congratulations. Jobs. Let's go to Ames next. See what they've got cooking. Where did I put that? Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. 1 second. I had no water. I needed water. Okay. So CSIM experimental researcher, got that one. I think we also have the instrumentation officer. And I think we looked at this, the threatened species one, and I don't think it applied. Megafauna, right. Marine megafauna. Cool. So that's all good there. Let's see if there are any additional grad programs becoming available. We left off last week with Dr. Sheila Kitchen. What was last week? The 12th. So then these have been added more recently. Not names that I'm familiar with because, all right, plant evolutionary genetics, population genomics of marine invertebrates. So we might need to check them out. Environmental micro. All right, well, let's, oh, hang on. What was that thumbnail? That's a coral. Wait, who is this again? Rachel oh wait, no, that name does ring a bell. I totally blanked on that. Okay. Let's double check. Phenotypic plasticity and environmental response. Sounds familiar. Coral reefs. Yep. Gene expression. Okay. Overall dampening of the transcriptional response to heat stress. Now using epigenomic sequencing to understand the basis for this gene regulatory response and how it differs among closely related species. Neat. That's what a lot of people are looking for. So, what is there? We currently have projects that could provide some funding for students interested in working in coral or seagrass. What's their application process? For fall quarter admission. I never did fully understand epigenomics, but it sounded super cool. Yeah, it's really complicated. Essentially, it's everything except the genetic code. So everything are surrounding and sometimes even on the genetic code, but not the genetic code itself. So Lauren Walling from our lab works on epigenomics, epigenetics in the symbionts, in coral symbionts. And everything I know about epigenomics pretty much comes from her. She's running an experiment right now. I think, oh no, I think the experiment might be done. She's finishing up the lab work, which is really exciting. Really exciting. She's almost PH done. I'm really rooting for her. She's almost there. And there, yeah. And if you don't fully understand, even the researchers don't fully understand epigenomics. There's still a lot to learn. Really cool topic though. What I was looking for. Okay. Oh, gotta redo this. Of course, it stopped on their faces too, which is not really what I actually wanted. Don't want them to feel invasion of privacy. Otherwise, I was just promoting themselves and their work. So, up to them. But we'll go ahead and add Rachel Bays. Did she specify? Didn't specify PhD or otherwise. So we will keep a just graduate student, University of. Wait, what's her lab called? The Bay Lab. University of California. Oh, it's just Davis. I had a blank. I blanked. Like what the school was fully called. Academia. Where are they based? Actually, it's in surprise, surprise, Davis, California. Weird how that works. And for the brief description, we'll put I'll actually go to their lab page. Put this on top. No. Put it on bottom. Look. Okay. It's so weird formatting this for grad school because everyone does it a little differently, which is fine. Like, there's no formal way to actually do this process like you'd have for a traditional job description. I'm guessing you'll need that. Other requirements. Let's see, admissions website, probably. Deadline. Is there a deadline attached to it? December 1st. Okay. And we'll schedule that. Salary. Not listed. Contact info. That's listed. Okay, there. And I will put this application link. Post date was 6/18. Full-time research. Ooh, struggling to type. Struggling to type. All right, that's good there. Oh, it was listed. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Graduate student. Actually looking for a PhD student. Got it. Got it. All right, now let's check out the Rachel Greger lab. What do you study with microbes? Microchemico. Rolls off the tongue nicely. Research. Microbial communities in surface oceans that degrade marine snow. Intriguing. But you can't see that. Now you can. So the Rachel Greger lab focuses on microbial communities in the surface oceans that degrade marine snow. Here you go, Anna. They do chemistry. Have fun. Chemical ecology. You could do work with bioorthogonal click chemistry. I'm not making fun of this. I'm making fun of myself because I don't know what that means. I do know modern microbiology. I can do that. Analytical chem, I cannot. I would have failed that. I would have failed that miserably. I'm already in a lab. Maybe you could do both. Maybe you could do not click chemistry. Oh, so you do know what that is. Care to elaborate? Put you on the spot there. You wouldn't have failed, and at my school, I would have. It was really hard. The lab portion was really hard. I was in general chemistry and even organic. I was the person who would end up with like 400% yield because they were impatient and didn't let all of the water evaporate. That's the kind of chemist I am. So I probably wouldn't have done well. One of my friends, though, she was exemplary at it. She passed that class with flying colors. Was one of the few people who like really did a great job in lab that a professor approved of. It's funny. Click chemistry is weird. It's like trying to do synthesis quickly and efficiently with small molecules. Okay. I might be able to get behind that. But I'm guessing it's really intense and easy to mess up. Analytical lab isn't like Orgo, it's more of learning how the tools work. So learning to calibrate spectroscopy and make calibration plots. Okay. Okay, I could do that. But you're losing me at spectroscopy. You and I talked about NMR the other day. And you know how I feel about NMR. To be fair, I never gave NMR a really good chance. But I'm okay with that. I knew I didn't want to go into chemistry. Wait, I feel like I've read these papers. Oh, Eco Evo. I might have. Ah, I am familiar with these papers. Shale was on it. Yep. Okay. I'm like, this looks really familiar. Because I know some of the authors on that paper. Awesome. It's a small world after all. Even though they don't do corals, like, science is still like that linked together. Scientists know each other. It's crazy. It wasn't NMR, it was more like IR, UV spec. Okay. Yeah, that's not as bad. That's not as bad. A lot of biologists use them, or at least there's overlap. Oh, yeah. We do tons of different types of spectroscopy. I've done a lot. I mean, that's what nanodrop is. That's spectroscopy. Nanodrop, qubit. That's all spec. Lauren uses it a lot for her epigenomics work. She does spectroscopy for that. I remember when I was teaching Bio 1, those labs were like all spec based. Pretty much every week we were using cuvettes. Photosynthesis, respiration, protein assays. Yeah. Using the lab quests. Using all the lab quests. What was this? Huh, I don't know. Let's go check Blue Sky. Coral City. This is just for fun. This isn't. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Yeah, this is probably going to crash a couple times. I'll do my best to stay on top of it. Here we go. A little Coral City distraction. Whee! Volunteering, GCRI. Yeah, GCRI is having a busy year. It's awesome. It's awesome. Coral Triangle Center has some. Let's go see what they've got going on. SEM. Deeply upsetting. Job opportunity, TNC. Oh yeah, I saw that pop up. That was one I was supposed to add last week. I didn't get around to it. Postdoc at Ames. Threatened species. Yep, that was megafauna though. That's a grant. Kitty cats. It is the internet after all. Marine Park Coordinator, Western Australia. I thought I added that one already. I guess not. 4 days ago. Ooh, tarpon. Turtles. A lot of parrotfish. A lot of parrotfish. If you don't follow Coral City, I recommend. They're fun. They always have something interesting and surprising show up. Experimental Research Manager, got that one. Cell cultures. Oh, a turtle. Current looks maybe a little strong that day. Internships. Sea turtles. Yep, I've already sent that. Scene. Okay, it looks like I might be up to date. I think I am. 3D design and fabrication. We'll check it out. Manatee. True. Microbes make our world. True. True. Biomaterials. Oh. A European one. Passive acoustics. Another European. Well, UK. Yep, got that one. All right, I mean, I've caught up with myself literally, so let's go check out some of these other ones. We'll stop doom scrolling for a bit. Current vacancies. Well, let's see what these entail. Site coordinator will lead project teams to consolidate. MPA design. Possible fit. I'm not totally sure. We'll come back to it. And there was also the facilitator position. Good hospitality. Yep, hospitality job. That's what I thought. Not so much, but I'll leave this one open. Check out the TNC one. Hawaii. So what is this role? Coordinate operations in the water. Okay. That'll work. And what's this title? What? Marine operations. Coordinator. On Hawaii. The nature. Does it give a little more? Oh, it does. Okay. USA. This one is in person. So Anna, when does this new job start? Is it the fall semester, or you're going to be teaching some summer classes too? Any idea? Well, that's really all they have listed here. Hmm. I will at least put a brief description, and I'll put in this. It's a little vague, but it should suffice. It should suffice. What are they looking for? Bachelor's. Summer, you start next week. Oh, okay. Okay. You said this was Gen Chem, right? Gen Chem 1, Gen Chem 2, both? Ah, didn't format well. No. Just no. Gen Chem is for USF PhD from what I'm told. Oh, they haven't told you yet. Okay. Oh. So in the fall, will you be teaching at USF too? Yeah, I've heard that about HCC, that they don't always tell you right away. I mean, it's a needs based thing typically, and like what classes they need people to teach. Like that's the same for adjunct positions too. Like I've applied to those before. Um, that you don't hear anything until like they need you. Kind of like on call almost. Did it say desired anywhere? Ability to lift. Oh, I missed it apparently. I missed that. Oh, it's right there. Ha. Oh no, way past. Okay. All right, I'm with you. I did not realize it was like that. Oh, it already formatted that way. And yeah, I wasn't trying to be like specific. I apologize for that. Um, but it's pretty much how it is everywhere. Like there's nothing surprising about that. For the date listed. Oh, where's the date listed? Oh, where is the date listed? I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe it's here. We'll go to the actual application link. Maybe it'll be listed. I'm just gonna pull that up. Okay, I don't need that. I don't know. I don't know. They did put the salary though. And their contact info. Oh, that's not specific, but no, I don't need notes open. Ah, come on. Tech freaking out on me again. Flylink. Post date. Let me double check on this. Nope. But it was a while back. It was a while ago. I do know that. What? All right, and this is lovely coordinator role. Cool. Another one there. Oh, this is a different one. This one's different. One sec, let me respond to this. Okay, checking this one out. This is one of the most vague descriptions I've ever seen. Considerable knowledge of a lot of things, of everything involving the ocean, pretty much. Principles of planning, having knowledge of marine, coastal, and island ecology. So that's a lot. Which, yeah, I mean, for a marine park coordinator, you would need that. Is there any specifics? We'll hold on to that. Okay, that one doesn't exist anymore. Let's add the ones that I'm like a little more confident with. Oh, status expired. Oh no. Oh, wow. Ooh, sorry guys, I missed that one. Pretty far. How about this one? Did I miss this one too? Fully funded PhD project. Ecoacoustic predictors of coral reef resilience. Speaking my language. Speaking my language. Let's do it. Is that Ames? Where? Wait, hold up. Oh. No. Not Ames. Sorry. Whoops. Where is that? They have multiple campuses. Which campus is it? Exeter. Yep. As much as I figured. Really showing off my geography skills here. Ooh. Okay. This sounds like an interesting opportunity. I mean, I'm a huge fan of trying to find predictors of resilience. Oh, I was talking to someone the other day actually about bioacoustics in coral reefs. They had messaged me on Reddit, I think. Oh, and I don't know if I replied to them. I should probably do that. That would probably be good, helpful for them. I'm not familiar with these, but I imagine you need at least a bachelor's. And you need to be good in R. And MATLAB. Looking for competency in MATLAB. That's fun. July 6th. Salary, fully funded, but what does that look like? Pounds. 22,000 pounds. And I'll post this position, this link. Post date was, whoops, sorry folks. Forgot I can do that. Research. Okay. Yeah, that's a cool job. Like, let's. I want to spend a moment here before we wrap up. This is kind of a neat one. My job is not to like promote specific positions, but I'm just interested in the research, so I'm taking a moment to educate myself on it. So what this group is doing, passive acoustic monitoring PAM. That's throwing me off because I'm thinking pulse amplitude modulation, not passive acoustic monitoring. That could get interesting if it continues. That will have to be explicated pretty often. That'll be interesting. Revealed that traffic noise is a major pollutant causing stress for the inhabitants of coral reefs and affecting their survival. Altering marine traffic patterns around reefs can improve local conditions with immediate effect. Project will examine how passive acoustic monitoring can inform us of reef condition and efficacy of protection and restoration. That's interesting. Okay, so it's not even like they're looking at yet another stressor that corals are experiencing. Heat stress, eutrophication, physical damage, you name it. And also marine traffic noise. I mean, it's not surprising. Like, there's already research on how excessive traffic noise reduces health outcome in human populations, so human communities. All that excessive noise, it like raises it. Oh, the specifics I'm forgetting, but it harms cardiovascular health by inducing anxiety, because noise is a lot. You want to be able to you need quiet every now and then. I know I do. So that's neat. And there's a lot of marine work already on noise pollution with mammals and other migratory organisms. So that's not surprising. I wonder, it's been tricky to navigate with marine mammals, I know, so I wonder how we'll try and manage with coral reefs, and if any of the work done with marine mammals and migratory organisms will help these researchers in implementing change to reduce noise pollution. We'll see. We'll see, I suppose. All right, well, I do have to wrap up here. I'm not sure if I'm going to add these ones. I'll leave them pinned for now. But thanks for dealing with a little bit of the flexibility in our plans for today. I appreciate that. We will get to the Coral Solutions Hub at some point. I want to, but we'll save that for a later date for now. So what we've got coming up, I've got a cool series coming up for written content. I think it will help a lot of people. I think it will help you, and I think you'll get some benefit too, Anna. Where you're at in your career stage, we all need help with. What I'm going to be talking about is reading papers. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into reading papers, on how to read them effectively. I don't want to say quickly, so maybe I'll just stick with effectively. We'll delve into like how I do that, and I'll compare it to how a lot of other people. So I'll try and include a lot of different perspectives from people I've talked to and other articles I've read. I'll compare it to like how I do it. That's the plan there. I'm excited for it. Oh, you got a paper for me? Yeah, feel free to send it. Send it. I'll incorporate it too. Absolutely. I need to do a little. I've read a couple on it already, but I need to add in, I think, some additional literature to make sure this is like a really good content series. So that will be a lot of what July looks like. I can't remember the date I have it starting. It's a week or two from now. But I think it's going to be helpful. The writer's block post I sent this week? Is that this week already? Yeah. A lot of feedback on that. That seemed to be really helpful for folks. I think they enjoyed it. I'm glad. That was a fun one to write. A little bit personal, but also some objectivity and some solutions that I helped propose. I'm glad that I saw a lot of people like saving it on Instagram and TikTok. So I'm excited about that. I'll try and keep that in mind as I write content. I know some of my stuff tends to be a little like perspective based, a little out there, sometimes a little abstract. I'll still keep those in because I like to just write what I'm thinking, what's on my mind at the time, but making those very targeted, helpful solutions, like I'll try and increase the amount of those, the frequency of those, in comparison to the abstract components. People are like, what is he ranting about? Sound like I don't know. So that's what's coming up in the next couple weeks. I've got a lot of work to get that prepped. So please send that paper to me, Anna, when you get the chance. No rush. I still got a couple days before I start really writing those, sitting down to write those. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for a lot of things. Always excited. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for coming out today. I will see you next week. Take care and goodbye.